Most of the time you just have one. This was an old double slate.
So each student had one like that?
Yes. Then also in there was the old McGuffey, the McGuffey reader, and this is from 1879.
Ooh.
Now that's not, remember the Civil War was over in 1865, so this isn't long after that, but this book is from then.
Very
And
rare.
so, anyway, they sent those to me because they thought I needed them. And so, anyway, I need all that stuff. And so, anyway, in the front here, I've been in lots of different magazines and whatnot, but then the flag in Butte, the guy that was a janitor one time, he took home this flag and he decided I needed it because it's the old 48 star flag.
Oh,
and that
wow.
appropriate to this time period.
Yeah, nice.
And so on. And then some people have given, when they had like original newspapers from 1939 and so on during World War II. Also, when I say with those maps, Warren went to Drake one time and the guy was cleaning out and they were going to throw some maps away and they're in the corner, but they're from like 1939 during World War II,
Nice.
that time. And then somebody gave me some from the 60s. So I have maps all over the place, but these are really the only ones. The George Washington and Butte closed, I got him, and then I got Abraham Lincoln at a garage sale, luckily, and it was in his school at one time, and so on. But anyway, you wouldn't know this, or no, then a man was here, and he's died now too. He used to live in Belfort, but he thought I needed his Valentines. And so he gave me his Valentines and some little folks books he had from 1931, you know, and so on. But he just thought I needed them, so he gave them. And wrote me, and then, like I say, he wrote me a little letter and had anyway. And then this blue one, and there's a red one back there. A lady, it's the same lady when she taught school from those old apple crates. She made chairs for her kids in school out of old apple crates.
Jeez, wow. That's like a piece of granite or something.
Okay, and that it is because also in that box that the lady gave, this was a picture of our Capitol in Bismarck, and it burned in 1930. And there was a postcard in there. Okay, Warren got a magazine one time, and it showed it burning. And of course now it's like this, but anyway. So then I had a lady, and in that downstairs bedroom, there's that old record player on that side.
Yeah.
Well, when North Dakota or mine had that big flood in 2011, I mean, it was kind of nationwide. Okay, the flood, well, and Valva had to evacuate completely. Well, then I had people stay here, and of course they wanted to pay, and that's okay. So then they gave that record player.
Nice of you.
So, when a lady came for a tour one time, she said if she could have one needle out of there, she would give me something. And I said, well, sure, I guess. And so she gave me this brick. And she said, this is a brick from the Capitol building that burned.
Oh.
Whether it is or not, but I'm not a brick short anymore. And so, anyway, this is a Robert Burns book from 1898. It's a poem book, and so on.
I had to take a picture of that for my sister.
Robert Burns poetry.
Yep. Whoops. And then this is the Noah's Ark cloth book from 1899.
Wow.
And then this is the dictionary from the Butte School.
Holy moly, look at that.
Let's see. Oh, here. 1898. One time when I was doing, because I do yard tours of our yard, and then in the summer, then a man came one time, and he was with a lady, and I was showing him this book, and he got so excited. I mean, when I showed him, he just was excited. I said, what's so exciting about this book? And he said when he grew up, he was an older fellow, when he grew up, his dad almost every day read Robert Burns poems to them, and they had to sit and listen whether they wanted to or not. They had to listen to their dad read these poems.
Scottish?
And so, anyway, then back here, I taught in Butte, Belfort, and Carlsruhe, and those three schools closed. I was known for closing schools. I didn't, but every school closed behind me.
Calamity Elaine.
Yes, and so I went around a few years ago and asked if I could have my doorknobs. So I have the doorknobs from when I taught Butte, Belfort, Karlsruhe, and then I retired out of Drake in 2006. So I asked if I could have a doorknob. Of course I got a doorknob.
Yeah, of course you did.
Of course. So anyway, just kind of old stuff here. But then this is George Washington and his mother, and I think it's 1883 or 1889. And I got him when I bought that this at an auction sale, and then I got that lady that hangs at the top of the stairs. She
Okay.
was in that box too, and I just hung
She
her
was
up.
in the box.
She was in the box.
And you hung her.
I hung her up. Right. But this is when, when we
Yeah.
moved it, and then I was in the mine paper, but moved it. And there weren't any windows in the front when I got it, because the way it sat up on a hill. And people always shot the windows out in front. That's typical North Dakota, you shoot at something.
That's right.
And so
they put the windows.
So I put windows back in, because
Yeah.
you could see where the windows were.
Yeah.
And
much
so
better.
then we put the windows back in. But anyway, the 10 Commandments, when you had to take those down, of course you can throw mine away, but anyway, a lady gave me, this was her phonics book from 1943, when she went to school in Bergen. And Bergen's up the road there, but anyway, and then just a lot of these old handwriting, and then some of the original Dick and Jane.
The
but-
power method of business writing.
yeah, and so on, but that's kind of like, just kind of in a nutshell
Really cool.
about this stuff in here. The lady, mannequin, she used to be in the front room in the old house, and then I moved her over here to be the teacher.
She's a cute teacher.
And so, anyway, when the school was running, this is like where they kept their coats and things,
Yeah.
and then that was like the library. But I just have my school stuff in there because I sub all the time. So,
And no restroom.
well, it's outside.
Yeah.
You think?
That's what I thought.
Right. And so on. But anyway, no. If you want to sign your name, I would like that.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Let's see.
I also like the little water cooler in the corner.
Yep, right, because the different families would take turns hauling water to school if they didn't have a well on their place, and then they would use the dipper in the pail that's in here. Oh, let's see, what is it today? October 28th.
Hey,
And look at all the writing.
so how many signatures do you have so far in your book?
I've had about 2,500.
I bet you do.
They're all.
Uh-huh.
And back when you could have a Holy Bible in the classroom.
Right, that's from Butte. When Butte closed, I have that from them. But the names are on the wall because when the ladies or men come for the tours and then they sign their name, and then I just keep it on and erase it. Last year I didn't have as many tours. It's kind of on its way out. I've done it since 2000.
Oh, that's a lot of tours.
And I've had, like I say, about 2,500 people through here, but I don't advertise or anything, so it's just kind of word of mouth. But I get people every summer that want to come and so on. I know our kids are getting more concerned because
Great lunchbox.
this is the only one, this lunchbox. This is the only one we know for sure was used for a lunchbox. We bought this at an auction sale in 1973 in Belfort. And the guy had written in there that his dad had used this 65 years before 1973 as a lunchbox.
Lunchbox.
Yeah, so,
This is a good one too. This
Oh.
Davy Crockett,
yep,
best Parker.
and so on. But,
Really,
yeah.
that's cool. Lunchboxes are a big deal. They become
Yeah, and
highly
this is a Roy
collectible.
Rogers.
Oh, look at that thermos.
Yep.
Ah, that's so cool. It's got a cork at the top. Well, it
Well,
had a
you-
screw cap.
You
Yeah.
must have been one of the best teachers ever.
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure you would.
I got the golden apple at Butte and at Drake,
I'm sure you got the golden apple wherever you went.
but whatever.
That's wonderful. What a great.
That's when I sub. It's so cute. I have it hanging on the refrigerator because I sub for second graders from school starts until just last week because the lady had a baby. And so this one little boy had never been to school before because he was always homeschooled, and he always thought I was going too fast, and he would cry because I wasn't going too fast. It's at homeschooling; you can take as much time as you want.
Right.
But here he is with 17 others now,
Yeah.
and so I would be like, Gary, don't cry. I will help you. Don't cry. It's okay. Well, the last day of school when I subbed, and then the teacher wasn't there because the days got kind of mixed up, and he was so worried. He said, Mrs. Z, Mrs. Bromley isn't here, and we were going to make you a card, and she's not here. I made you a card. And he made 2 ships on the water, and then he wrote down to Mrs. Z, the Z is backwards, I love you. And then he wrote goodbye, B-I-E, love Gary. And it's like, this is the sweetest little card. And he goes, I love you. And it's like, but you cried so many times. And you still love me.
Yeah.
So, anyway, yeah, it's all fun.
It's really, really great.
It's really
So,
awesome.
no, I like my
Wonderful
school a
job.
lot. Well, of course, I like my house too, but